showers, partly sunny, whatever Mother Nature wants to do at the time of the day. Because, it's off and on, Pete. You just don't know what you're going to get from her anymore.
It's spring in Iowa. Kind of sums it up.
Exactly. So we missed Pete last week. What were you doing last week, Pete, that it was so important that you couldn't make the show here on a Tuesday?
Depends on the time of day. I was either on the beach in Florida or at a Twins game in Florida, or I was doing something in Florida.
Oh, sure. Okay. A little too important to be on the show here, huh?
To be honest with you, I don't feel bad whatsoever.
I didn't think so. Hey, how do the Twins look? They look pretty good.
It was spotty. It's so hard to tell in spring training because they are always, the pitchers are going out there, and a lot of times they're working on a new pitch, and they're just going to keep throwing that pitch, and it might get the heck hit out of it, but they're working on something. But no, they looked all right. It's fun. There are some young guys that looked pretty fun that we probably won't see at least beginning of the year. We hope not to anyway, because that means there's injuries. But unfortunately, we were at the game where Royce Lewis strained his hamstring running to first base. So that was a little disappointing, but just seems to be the way it goes with the Twins.
Yeah. Is this something you do every year? Go down to Twins training camp down in Florida?
I think I've been there. We've been there, my wife and I, for the last 5 years or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, we try to get down there. We rotate. Sometimes we go down to Arizona, and my brother and my aunt and uncle live down there. So we try to get down there as well. But the last few years have been Florida, and it's just a nice getaway. We're lucky to be able to do it.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're back.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Some of these days, Florida would be much nicer, but I know we're headed towards the good weather here too. So
you could have got up early down there in Florida because you're an hour ahead of us here. You could have got up and done last week, but I got you.
I'm pretty sure I was up, but I wasn't in contact, and I didn't want to waste your time, Jay.
Right. Yeah. Thanks, because I had to deal with everybody back here.
Yep, I'm always thinking about you, making your life easier.
Yeah, right. People are like, where was Pete? I go, I don't know. He just couldn't make it that day. I'm going. Like, I really enjoy listening to Pete in the morning.
No, that's good.
And not the show entirely.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for listening.
Well, that's a you thing, Jay. We'll work on that later.
Apparently, I'm the one that's got the problem.
Yeah. Oh, fun. Yeah. No, it was a good getaway, like I said. And now we'll get ready for Thursday. Baseball regular season starts, if you can believe that.
Right. You have a TV hanging up in the office yet or not?
I do not. I've got a radio.
All right. Well, one of these days get a TV hung up there. That's what I got in my office.
I think I need to come check your office. Might need to do an office visit instead of this online stuff.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I mean, March Madness has been fantastic.
Yeah. Yep. March Madness was fun. Always is.
Yeah. The productivity is way down.
Yeah. See, I think it's been, I looked it up because for those of you who have good memories, Bryce Drew for Valparaiso, I took the Friday afternoon off to watch the games. Well, actually the whole day when I worked at KIMT.
Mm-hmm.
And he hit one of the most famous buzzer beater shots of the tournament, and I was hooked. And ever since then, that was 28 years ago, I've taken the Thursday and Friday afternoons off for the tournament. So
really,
I do it with some buddies, and we just sit and watch TV and eat a bunch of snacks and enjoy some basketball.
Well, that's exactly what my neighborhood does too. Thursday, Friday, the guys don't work. So they start pre-gaming on Wednesday night.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, come on over. We're gonna get ready for, the big, tournament. And I go, well, dudes, I got to work tomorrow. Yeah. They don't. And then I go over there when I get off work and have a couple of adult beverages and some, meat and cheese tray or something smoked on it. You just got to bring your party over to our neighborhood. Why not?
Yeah, we should just, the more the merrier.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we usually have like 4 TVs set up and.
Yep. That's
back and forth between the men's and women's tournament, and it's a good time.
That's exactly what we got going on too. So
I think it's a tradition in a lot of households, neighborhoods, whatever.
Yeah, I love it because the wives just let the husbands do whatever. The wives don't care. in that situation because that's what they've always done. So that's what they do. Wives go out, take care. You know, the guys might have to take the kids to school, you know, or the wife, but then the wife will go pick them up after school because obviously, you know, wouldn't look too good coming through you're picking up the kids in the school line.
That would not be good. That would not be good whatsoever.
No, hit a couple of bumpy roads, and by golly, you don't know what you're going to get. A couple of potholes these days.
There you go. It's that time of year.
It is that time of the year. The IODOT update, of course, we should probably talk about that because that's what people tune in for the update. It's brought to you by Mason City All Risk Insurance. Of course, don't forget about getting your crop insurance because it's that time of the year. You should have probably already done it. But if you haven't, call Dave and the crew there at Mason City All Risk Insurance. So what is going on with the potholes or just road construction in general? Or they still got the plows on the trucks yet?
Yeah, we've got a few plows on. We don't have them all on anymore. Hopefully, what we dealt with last Wednesday was the end of it, but you never know. So we'll still be ready to go in case needed. But the big thing now is road construction is starting to fire up. As we talked about a couple weeks ago, we've started working on a couple bridge deck overlays on I-35 in the Clear Lake area. The ramps, the northbound on ramp off of 106 and the southbound off ramp to 106 have been closed for a week or two. They will be open by Memorial Day. We do have a lane closure on interstate on either direction in that area as we do the bridge deck overlays. We will, again, like I said, have those ramps open by Memorial Day. There's going to be bridge deck overlay work. We're doing 8 different bridges in the Clear Lake area. That'll take pretty much the entire construction season, but we are limiting the ramp closures to before Memorial Day and after Labor Day. So we're making sure that we don't affect the tourism traffic into Clear Lake as much as possible.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, like I said, we try to do what we can to work with them and make sure that road construction obviously changes things, and we want to make sure that we do what we can to lessen the impact, especially in a community that relies so much on tourism like that. If you live in Mason City, you know that we have started work again on Highway 65. Highway 65 to through traffic is closed from 6th Street down to 19th Street. Now you can still get to the businesses there by using the side streets, so we encourage people to do that. Currently, the contractor is removing pavement from 6th Street to 10th Street. When they get that done, there will be all kinds of underground work with storm sewer and some water main and I believe some sanitary sewer work as well, utility work. And then once that's all done, they'll be able to start paving. And what they're going to do is they're going to work in sections. So they'll do 6th Street to 10th Street. Once that is done, that will be reopened so the public can get in and out regularly. But for those using that as through highway, I guess through traffic, it's detoured. Take 122 over to Monroe and then down to 19th Street and then back over to 65, and it is signed. So that is going on and will be going on throughout the entire construction season. And we're doing some work in Osage. Right now, it shouldn't be affecting traffic much. It's mainly going to be sidewalk removal and replacement. So be aware of that's going on. And then coming up in a couple weeks, right now we're looking at April 14th, we will start the 122 reconstruction project in Mason City. And that's going to go from Pierce to Monroe. We will be doing the north side, which is the westbound traffic. That will not be closed. It will remain open. All the traffic will be shifted to the south side where traffic will be in a head-to-head pattern. So it's starting. We're starting to ramp up, and it's just going to continue as we get going, and we'll keep you updated on any traffic changes and when other projects get started.
Now, what about that project on the west side of Mason City? The second phase of that bridge. Are you going to close that again this year?
Well, that's actually gone away, Jay. I haven't heard that much now anymore. No, we are not doing anything on the westbound bridge on Iowa 122. Not a single thing.
Well, I thought I'd bring it up because I knew you missed a conversation about it all the time.
Yeah, that was definitely a topic of conversation.
Oh my gosh. I bet how much money could you have made every time you got asked that question?
Oh man, I'd still be in Florida. We'll put it that way.
Very true. Very, very true. Anything else? What about the potholes? The potholes when you guys get to those things?
Oh, we've been working on them already. They're
Okay.
they're filling them. Yep, they're filling them. And again, as we've mentioned before, with temperatures when they drop below freezing at night, we use a temporary fix. Once the temperatures get to the point where they remain above freezing, we can do a more permanent fix. But we're out there, and if you see one on one of the state highways, let us know. If there's a bad one or something, let us know, and we'll do what we can to get out there and get it taken care of.
Pull over your car, your truck, and get out and take a picture of it and send it to you. Is that what they do?
Uh, I think they usually just call. Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend getting out of your car or anything like that in traffic. I think just make a mental note of where it is and give us a call.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're not advising that at all because
No, not
don't
whatsoever.
do not get out of your car. Just pretend you're getting pulled over. You know.
Yeah, no, we don't want to pretend that either, do you?
Well, I'm sure it's going to happen today. Somebody's going to get pulled over.
Probably.
Yeah.
You're probably correct.
So again, stay in your car. It's not good. You want to see if you get a little owly with you.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
stay in your car. Hey, one other quick note, Jay. We've got a public meeting tonight in Belmont from 5 to 6:30 at the Belmont City Hall. We're going to be doing a sidewalk replacement project along US 69 next year. So we're just having a public meeting to let everybody know what's going on and what's going to be happening. So if you live in the area and you have questions, come see us at the Belmont City Hall tonight from 5 to 6:30.
All right. Sounds good. That's the Iowa DOT update in long form.
We
With
just
me.
started construction, Jay. It's going to get longer.
I know. But it's always good because when you start seeing construction, you know that the summertime is on its way.
That's exactly right. We are headed in the right direction.
I know. You know how antsy I am to get my Jeep out?
Yeah. I got a motorcycle and a boat sitting there too that are aching to do what they need to do.
Right. How soon till you get out the motorcycle? You got to be a certain temperature or what?
Not necessarily. I like to get a few rains in to get all the sand and stuff off the road. Yeah, no, they're in the back of our storage area right now. This weekend may be the time where I rearrange things so they are ready when the weather turns. But yeah, well, as long as it feels comfortable, we'll go.
You can't tell me you don't get on that thing and move it. You don't start it up.
Oh, of course. I don't think it moves without being started.
You're in the garage revving it up.
Yep. No, they definitely. Well, you got to make sure they run so they are ready to go.
I know that's what I'm worried about. I didn't take the battery out of my Jeep this year.
Oh, really?
I got lazy. Didn't take it out of the Jeep. Didn't take it out of the lawn tractor. I know. So I'm going to have to be buying new batteries. Plus, by some pump backup battery is dead too. So I got a bill coming ahead of me.
Yeah. Buy a battery tender, Jay. They're very inexpensive and they work very, very well.
Well, yeah, but I like to do things the hard way, Pete.
Okay. I gave you my advice. It's up to you to do what you want.
Spend a little money that I don't need to or
There
don't
you go.
have.
Hey,
Why not?
You're stimulating the local economy.
Well, that's kind of what I look at. I'm going, hey, I'm helping out local businesses. And, even though I don't have the money to do it, why not?
Always giving and looking out for others, aren't you?
Exactly. Try to keep things going, Pete.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Anything else, Pete? We got anything?
No, I think that should wrap it up. Again, this is a really good time of year to follow 511ia.org or the 511ia app because there are construction projects popping up all over the state. And again, you can put in the route you usually drive to work, make an account, which is pretty much just your email and a password. And you can get notifications if you set up your routes and like that when things are starting, and it works really well. I do it just for awareness, and yeah, I've been getting emails about the I-35 and the 65 project, so it works.
There you go. Make sure you download either. It's really handy to have on your phone.
It is. Yes, it's very, very handy.
And look at that before you go on vacation, not while you're driving through the cities, or it doesn't do the cities, it just does Iowa. But at least if there's something before you get to the Minnesota border, but every state's got one.
Yep.
So,
tell you what, Jay, when we were on vacation, we flew into Minneapolis on Wednesday, the day the blizzard hit.
Oh, sure.
And we got into Minneapolis about 2:00, and I called down here and talked to some of my friends here at the office, and at about 2:30 or 3, they're like, no, don't even consider it. Spend another day, get a hotel, because it was fine up there. A couple hours later, we were having something to eat, and my buddy called me and said, hey, it's starting to slowly clear up. You might want to, just take a look at it. So I started checking the plow cameras and everything, and you could see the roads were pretty clear. The visibility was clear, and I was able to use that information, and we drove home no problem. I think we left Minneapolis about 4:00. So yeah, it was perfectly fine once we got down here, and using the plow cameras and a couple phone calls really made the difference.
There you go. Have Pete on your speed dial, and you'll be now everybody else.
There you go. We'll do what we can.
Pete, have yourself a wonderful week. We'll talk to you again next week. All right.
Sounds great. You do the same, Jay.
That's the good stuff.